I want you to look at the image behind me. This pink worm, about 8 centimeters long, this wriggly parasite was found alive and moving inside a lady's brain in Australia. The incident has made headlines across the world. What exactly happened? How did the case come to light? Should you be concerned? I will try and explain it to you and what really happened. It was a regular day at Canberra Hospital when Dr. Hari Priya Bundy, a neurosurgeon, plucked a string-like structure from a patient's brain. The incident took place last year. The patient, lying on the table, unaware, was getting treated for her mystery illness. In January 2021, the over 60-year-old patient checked herself into a hospital. This was weeks after her initial symptoms of abdominal pain, cough, and night sweats had worsened. They had now taken the shape of forgetfulness and depression. The woman got checked. Scans showed an atypical lesion, presumed an abscess, only to be revealed as a living, moving worm.
I dissected around the abnormal area that you could see on the scan. I thought, gosh, that feels funny. You couldn't see anything more abnormal. And then I was able to really feel something separate. I took my tweezers or my tumour holding forceps and I pulled it out and I thought, gosh, what is that? It's moving, take it out of my hands.
On discovering the worm, she quickly paged the hospital's infectious disease specialist. The worm was soon sent to the specialist laboratory where it was found out that this wriggly worm is a roundworm, which is common in carpet pythons.
I got a call saying, we've got a patient with an infection problem. We've just removed a live worm from this patient's brain. And so then, of course, there was a flurry of activity in our microbiology laboratory, just trying to work out what this worm was. And eventually, with the help of a very clever CSIRO scientist, we worked out that this was a new parasite that had never been seen in a human before.
Experts say this worm has never been documented in humans and working out a hypothesis of how it might have made its way to the human brain. Scientists ruled out direct contact with the reptile, but suggested that the woman most likely caught the roundworm after collecting a type of native grass called the Warrego greens or grass. This grass is abundant in New South Wales and was growing beside a lake near where she lived. The area, like much of Australia, is inhabited by pythons. Scientists theorized that the carpet python might have spread the parasite via fecal waste, which the patient might have touched, or maybe it was cross-contaminated with food or other cooking utensils. It is believed to be the first instance of a larvae invasion and development in the human brain. This case is entirely different from reports of people developing painful headaches with tapeworm larvae found in their brain. Our condition is known as neurocysticercosis. It can cause neurological symptoms when larval cysts develop in the brain. Researchers have meanwhile warned about the increased danger of infections jumping from animals to humans. The Australian National University says that there are 30 new types of infections which have appeared in the last 30 years, 3/4 of which are called zoonotic, meaning infectious diseases that have jumped from animals to humans. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by Dr. Marcelo Ayenka, who is a professor of ethics of artificial intelligence and neuroscience.
Well, so two things. One is I wonder as a scientist how the worm might have survived inside the human brain. And I think here probably evolutionary biology can give us some information because, as you rightly pointed out, this is a type of worm that is usually found in carpet pythons. So it might have developed the ability to survive in its snake hosts. And so due to its relatively simple structure, the worm might have leveraged this ability to survive into a snake host, to survive also into a human host. This is a form of spillover. And also the woman's body's immune response might have not been able to effectively target the worm inside the brain for this reason. And the second interesting message for me is how is it the case that zoonotic diseases, so infections that can be transmitted between animals and humans, are being increasingly concerning for us. And I think here we really have to look at the big picture. This increase in zoonotic diseases have very much to do with how our global environment is changing. So it has to do with things like habitat loss and encroachment. As human populations expand, they tend to cross paths with known human animals and wildlife, including those that can carry new pathogens. And then deforestation is also part of that. The destruction of forests can lead to animals moving closer to human settlements, facilitating the spread of disease. So I think really shows that everything on this planet is connected, and some small events can tell us a lot about the big processes that are happening in the world.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.